Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a reading for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is a Prince of Cups. That's some air of water energy. So let's find out what that might have to say about your situation right now. Okay. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread, and already I can see some really intense energy coming your way, okay, with this Lust or Strength card in the position of the future. So this is very revealing. And as always, if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, finishing up, Path of the Serpent. Yes, more good. Oh, wow, really good. Really, really good. Let's do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Waite-Smith deck. This is the card that we're just going to select randomly. And we're going to put it over here, put frog on top, and we're not going to look at it until the very end. And hopefully that card will tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, okay? So let's look around at this. We've got major, major, major. We've got a really kind of nice progression of major arcana. We have a couple of court cards. We have some water court cards. We have a fire court card. We have some earth, some fire, some more earth, some water. What we don't have, anybody want to guess? This is a Capricorn reading. We don't have the water energy. I mean, wait, no, I misspoke. The air. We don't have the air energy. We don't have that confusion. We don't have that discord, that friction. We don't have that miscommunication. We have Mercury here in the form of this magician, but Mercury here is working for us, okay? It's kind of an inside joke because in a lot of the Capricorn readings, what we always seem to find is the overwhelming air energy and our attempt to get the water energy. Right? But now it seems like we have the water energy, or we're getting that, and what we don't see is all of that air. So all the BS, all the nonsense is done. It's not a concern for you right now. This is amazing. This is really magic. We start with this water energy here. This is the Prince of Cups. So there's a little bit of air here. I feel like there might be someone in your life that you're kind of you're starting to really learn who they are, you know? I think you're really starting to see within them, see them for what they represent, for what kind of person they are. This could have been someone in your life that's been a real mystery to you, okay? And honestly, the more I receive the energy in the way I read and stuff, the more I'm feeling like this might be one of those romance readings they're few and far between here. This might be one of them, but we'll see. Anyway, this is someone I think that has been a bit mysterious to you. It's been difficult to really penetrate their outer persona, you know? And not that they've been closed off, not that they've been a shell, but I think they've just been very, very intense. And what you've been looking for is perhaps that kind of soft, watery center. You know, you want them to open up. You want them to be vulnerable. You want them to kind of reveal their, I don't know, delicate side to you, right? They may be a water sign, but not necessarily. They may be an artist. They may be someone who has a very intense passion for what they do, and it kind of seems like it's a lot, you know? Kind of seems like that is who they are through and through. You're looking for something more authentic, something more revealing of their inner nature, you know. And I really think that you're opened up to this person, and I think that they are opening up to you, okay? We also see this water energy. And this is the Knight of Cups. This is the fire of the water. This is maybe a Cancer person. Maybe they are a water sign. Maybe they're a Cancer person. Cancer sign has been very prominent in your readings for a while now too. Okay. So it could be this Cancer person that we've always been talking about. But I feel as if the two of you are really... You're really on the same page. You really have the same kind of, there's a lot of overlap in the personality. You have similar interests, similar desires, similar passion, similar ambition, similar kind of artistic creativity, the same kind of intensity, okay? And I think the only real difference is you have this authentic knowledge of self. You've got the fire in that water. And you're trying to, I guess, get some kind of verifiable experience of this other person. To see that they really have that fire in them too, or that water in them, right? And the reason why there's, I think, a fire-water kind of thing, not only is this the fire of the water with the Knight of Cups and the Cancer energy, but in your environment, we have the Queen of Wands. This is the water of the fire. There's fire and water, kind of inside out. Not sure what is the authentic self. Not sure what is the expression of their passion, their intensity. You know, because there is this this need for you, I think, to really connect with someone on this. A soulful level, an inner level, a more delicate, more vulnerable level, right? A more honest, authentic level. And I really think that it's coming together in that way with this person. Now, I don't know who they are. I don't know where you may have met them. It could be that you maybe work with them, or maybe you met them at the gym. There's something with this Four of Discs, or Pentacles, that is, I think, kind of where all this is taking place. Now, it could be someone that you are already in a relationship with, okay? And that's the mystery about this Four of Discs. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. But this card could represent the home, and that all of this is kind of already taking place within a familiar environment. So it could be your current spouse, your current partner. It could be representing this Four of Discs. This could be the familiar environment of work, the familiar environment of, you know, the gym, some place that you frequent, okay? Most likely it's something already taking place in the home. What this card is also telling me is that you're very much ready to start building a life, that you're trying to form this kind of bond, this connection, this authentic thing with someone as the foundation to an even more kind of beautiful and successful and abundant life. Okay. But the first step is to find that soft, gooey center, to really know who they are, right? And this isn't one of those scenarios where you're trying to learn everything about them, right? There's no air here, remember. There's no investigation. You're not trying to discover all of their secrets and their dark hidden past. You're not trying to, open up all the closets checking for skeletons. You are trying to get a vibe, right? You're trying to feel that, well, I'm just going to go ahead, Ace of Cups at the end. You're trying to find that Ace of Cups within them because you're so certain about your own Ace of Cups. And that's kind of this, the fire water that we have with these two court cards. You want to make sure that their water and their fire match up with your water and your fire, and we have this kind of, this nice harmony, you know. And it is the harmony that we see with the Two of Discs. Now, the Two of Discs is about change, fluctuation, about things improving from one state to a different state. What I see here, though, is more about this this yin-yang, the complementary energies, not the opposite energies, not things shifting from one form to another. I see this as the blend, the harmony, the dance between the fire and the water. You know, not in opposition like we usually see in the Western tradition. Fire and water are, they don't get along, right? They weaken each other, and it kind of makes things miserable. Creates all of the air, right? Steam and turbulence and this sort of thing. But with this, I'm getting more of the kind of cosmic dance, the flow of these energies, one into the other, back to the other, and you don't know where one begins and one ends, right? It's kind of like the fish chasing the other fish, and you don't know which fish is, you don't know who's chasing who, right? I play that game with my daughter a lot, where I chase her around the sofa in our living room, right? We have a little kind of track that we can walk fast. We don't run, but we walk fast around the couch, and I'm chasing her. And eventually she starts gaining a lead on me until she's right behind me. And then she says, "Dad, who's chasing who?" And I feel like that's kind of a good description of this fire-water energy that seems like opposites. It seems like one is one thing, but really we are all our opposite, right? And I feel in this situation with this person, whoever they are, I mean, maybe it's not romantic. Maybe this is something with a friend, a family member. Maybe this is something with a coworker. It could be anything. It feels like there's a real deep connection, a real deep desire to connect with this person and build a future with this person. It could be a work thing, though, you know. I feel like it is this search for the type of energy that is so similar to us but yet so different that we can do this dance and things can blend together and it will just be the perfect mixture, right? I wonder if the mystery card's going to be that art card. Maybe. I hope so. Anyway, so the Two of Discs also tells me that your things are changing, your life is changing. And that makes sense. If we're looking to build, we're looking to establish a foundation and grow something abundant with this person, yeah, we are making changes. We may have to adapt to, you know, somebody else's lifestyle or just someone else's needs or their schedule, their routine, things like that, right? Mundane things like that. Kind of the everyday things that we do. Now, in the recent past, though, this is where I've kind of been a little distracted by this moon energy. Is in the recent past. I think this is something that you have recently been dealing with, maybe something that we're kind of still getting over. It's some of the residual energy that you're bringing into the reading right now. I think this is talking about some past relationships where you didn't get the correct assessment of someone. You know, you were looking for that authentic vibe. You thought you had found it, but perhaps it turned out that you were wrong. Okay. The moon card here is what we think is certainty, but it's just more darkness. You know, we think we're turning the corner. We think we've discovered the light, but it's just more shadows. Okay. So I think this is something from the past still affecting you a little bit, and that could be why getting this vibe with this person, really being sure of things before going forward is so important to you, okay? I feel like there really is, there needs to be this, well, we've got this Mercury, almost this scientific certainty about things. Again, not in an investigative way, it's just, it's a real gnosis, right? It's a real intuitive certainty. It's almost that we're looking for proof from the universe, right? We're looking for the sign. We're looking for an omen that lets us know that we're correct in our intuition. And I think a lot of that is because of this moon energy in the recent past, okay? It maybe has got us a little bit more on guard, a little bit more unsure of our own assessment, our own intuition of things, Okay. Underneath everything is the Four of Wands. This is a very strong card. I think this is what we've been seeing a lot in your recent readings. This is you knowing yourself well enough. You know your fire energy. And you know how you want to structure your life. You know what kind of life you want, right? You want to build a foundation. You want to build an abundance, a future, maybe a family, a home. But it's going to be on your terms. You know, there needs to be a compromise and adaptation, right? But you're not going to tolerate anything that maybe you tolerated in the past. What I mean by that is, in the past there have been situations where, against your better judgment, you have acquiesced. You have turned down your own energy for the sake of someone else, even though you didn't feel good about it at the time, right? So now this is an underlying card. This is a foundational card for you that you're going to build your life. You want a certain type of life, whether it's family, a home, a career, whatever your goals are. You're not going to compromise those goals because it is an expression of your spirit, of your soul, of your creativity, of your fire, right? So we really have this this inner resolve, this commitment to ourselves of manifesting our fire. All right. And I think that's very important to you. And if this person is going to do this with you and build a life, build a future with you, there has to be this resonance. There has to be this authentic harmony and connection with that person. And that's what we're trying to discern right now. But again, we're not using the air energy to do that. I think that's quite important because this is more of a transcendent knowledge. It's more of this Mercury kind of divine understanding, this divine knowledge or gnosis. We're not looking for facts and data. We're looking for experiential certainty, as much as possible. In the immediate future, like I said, we have this lust or strength card. This is a really strong energy coming into your life. I think this is the passion of the two of you coming together in whatever kind of creative mode. It's really going to be magical, right? And even if this is a business partner, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. Even if this is business, the two of you together are going to be making such magic that it's beautiful, right? And this card doesn't go without its warnings or its caveats or its shadow side. We could get so wrapped up in how magical and intense and passionate this feels that we might ignore some of the rest of this energy. We might fail to make that connection or to receive the kind of experiential certainty that we're looking for. Does that make sense? So wrapped up in how it feels that we might miss some of the signs. So that's just something to be aware of. But I think once you kind of get the green light, and I was looking at this card, and it kind of looks like a stoplight, right? It's going from kind of stop to go, right? And I think once you receive that sign, that certainty, that omen, that synchronicity, that's when you can really immerse yourself in this card and go with this passion. You don't have to try to temper this. Right? Unless we see the Art or Temperance card, then maybe it's a different story. But this is a creativity, this is a magic that is controlled chaos, right? It's losing yourself in this passion and in this magic, but with the trust in yourself that things are not going to go too far, that you're not going to lose your sense of direction, that you're not going to lose your commitment to yourself, right? So this requires a full trust in you to always kind of to maintain the control, even when things are kind of just so intense that it seems like they're on the verge of being out of control. But this is really intense energy, right? And we're going to go more over to the path of the serpent now. I know we kind of talked about most of these already. I like the Four of Discs. This is telling me that you're a very You're very practical. You're very smart. You're very kind of business-minded. You are looking to build a foundation for a successful future. Now, whether that's family or business or whatever, you're thinking long-term. Okay? And I think that's important. This, again, represents you and your connection to self. I think you've had enough experience with spirit, with the divine, with this kind of this force and fire, this creative energy, that you know yourself, and you know enough about how you express yourself, your creativity, your love, all of this, like really this burning fire that you are. You know enough about yourself to know what kind of people you will mesh well with, right? With this kind of this whole blending thing that we're talking about. You're very independent, I think, is what the real message is. And it takes a lot. It takes really the perfect alignment for you to kind of team up with someone, right? Even if it's a work thing. I think you like to work independently. And in order for this to be successful, it has to be with the right person. It has to be just about the perfect match. Now we have the Mercury energy too. We talked a little bit about that. This is that certainty that you want, that you're looking for, that this kind of message from the heavens, this sign from above that says, yes, this is the right one. You know, it's a little concerning that this Mercury energy is in the position of what we don't want, right? So it tells me a couple things. One, maybe there's a slight, small part of you, little itty-bitty part somewhere, that doesn't want this, that doesn't want to sacrifice your independence for anyone or anything. Nothing will get you to sacrifice it. A small part. A small part. So I kind of feel like we're a little bit mad at Mercury, right? We're a little bit annoyed that the sign is going to be here. It's almost like we're hoping, and again, a small part of you, kind of crossing your fingers that the universe says no, you know. Even though everything else is telling you that you really want this, right? Everything else looks to me like you really want this. It's just this, it's the irony of Mercury, right? The trickster god. Kind of wants it but doesn't. It's kind of a yes, but it's a little catch-22 at the end of things. It's getting your wish, but there's always a little twist about it, you know. So I think that's all that is. I don't think it's fear. I don't think it is any kind of a negative feeling or a bad feeling, a bad vibe. I think it's just that little part of you that doesn't want to lose their independence. Okay? Not that you have to, not that entering into this union, whatever it is going to be you relinquishing your independence. And maybe that's kind of part of what this Mercury energy is about too, is showing you how it doesn't have to be black and white. It doesn't, I mean, this card, black and white, but again, using the more Eastern, vantage point of this Two of Discs energy, it doesn't have to be an either or, right? It can be a blending. It can be a fluid. It can be a flow between things. It doesn't have to be two separate elements that, are in opposition to each other. It's either you have your independence or you have this perfect union. Can't have both. Well, the Two of Discs, to me anyway, is saying that you can have both. It has to be a blending. The end here is really amazing with the Ace of Cups. This is beauty and pleasure and joy. This is the production of everything, right? This is the source of it all. This is the creative juices are flowing. This is the bliss that is just overflowing, the abundance, right? This is the creativity just kind of pouring out of you. Whatever it is that you're looking to build, the life that you're trying to grow, the family, the house, the career, the friendship even, whatever it is. It's all there. This is the well from which you can drink, okay? A very, very nourishing well. But now let's look at that mystery card, because I wonder if that's going to reinforce this idea of, thank you, Frog, of blending the commitment, the union, and the independence, right? That if it's going to reinforce the idea that it doesn't have to be either or. I don't know what else this could be. Maybe a 6 of discs, but that'd be pretty mundane, I think, given the rest of this energy. No, we've got the Magician again. So we've got a repeat of the Magus, the Magician, the Mercury energy. Someone who is in control of their environment, someone who can form into a union with any other element, but still remain true to itself, still remain independent. The thing about Mercury, now I'm no chemist, but Mercury can be combined with any other substance or compound or molecule or anything. It can form a compound or a union with any other element. And function and magic happens, right? But Mercury can also be extracted away from that, can be separated from that, and still is not changed, has not lost anything, has not diminished. Its chemical structure, its quantity, its weight is exactly the same. It has lost nothing in that union. To combine and then to separate, Mercury is still Mercury 100%. So this, in fact, is talking about this ability to enter into a union and completely immerse yourself in this magic moment. But you're not losing yourself. You're not losing any bit of yourself, any of your independence or your creativity, any of your fire. You're still being true to yourself and to the commitments that you've made to yourself. This really is magic of the best kind, and I love this. I think this is a very strong message for you, and I hope this is resonating. We're going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, just click up here. Thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.